Thoughts on that game today?
Obviously really disappointed with the result, but performance-wise, pleased, really pleased. I thought game plan-wise, we came and especially first half, we've frustrated and tried to stop Bury playing, and I thought in large parts we did that with an attacking threat on a counter-attack. Scored a good goal, had some good passages of play. And did deserve to be 1-0 up at half time. Difficult because you're playing against not only a very good Bury side, you're playing against a big crowd as well, and conceding the early goal second half hurt us a little bit because we went on the back foot, went a little bit too deep. Having said that, had a little bit on the counter attack still to cause them a problem, quite a bit of quality from them has got them the win. But in terms of performance and what we're asking the players, and I can't really fault any of the players today in terms of work rate, effort, and putting a shift in. We've put a right shift in, and I'm disappointed that we haven't come out of the game with something. I think really on the balance of play and chances as well. I think we perhaps deserve a point.
Do you think towards after we scored the second goal and went 2-1 up, we sort of sat him back too deep?
Yeah, I wouldn't say too. We just had the conversation in there now about how we sat and the mid block that we had was perhaps a little bit too deep. But that's no fault of the back four. I just felt that when the ball turned over and we got the ball into Cockers, who was very, very good today, by the way, we perhaps didn't get as close to him as we did first half. The threat of ours of Cayman and Kingsley either side, and obviously Ash joining in, and Jack Birch as well, when we got good possession, wasn't quite there in the first 15-20 minutes of the second half, and naturally you retreat and you go a little bit deep and perhaps too deep. But having said that, and again I've just had the conversation with the players in there, we asked the team, I think it was at 1-1, we may have even been 2-1 up at the time after Cockers' goal, to get up the pitch a little bit and squeeze the play, and we did that whilst having that mid block to try and stop them playing through us. But then we conceded ball in behind. They put 2 or 3 balls in behind, and then that space in behind, their 2 front runners were really sharp. They got in, and that's where the second goal comes from. So I understand your question. We sat a little bit too deep, but we've squeezed the play. They've clipped the ball in behind where the gaps and the spaces are, and they've got decent possession, set a ball back, the ball's gone into the box. They shouldn't score from it because it's a free header, but that's where the chance comes from. So it's a difficult one. Like I've just said to you, you're playing against a really good side who move the ball from side to side and try and play through you, and you're playing against a crowd that get behind their team, and it's difficult to play against. And I'll repeat, I think we're unlucky not to get something today.
Obviously 10 goals conceded in the last 3 games. Yeah. Is it a concern with the defence?
Of course, of course it is, and it's not a concern with the defence, it's a concern with the team. We've tried to set up today to be a little bit more solid, especially away from home, a little bit more legs in the team and a little bit more work rate down the sides, and I think in the main it's worked. But it is a concern, we're conceding too many goals, especially away from home. But there's moments of quality against a good Bury side today that perhaps we won't come up against every week. So I think if you're asking me, have we been poor defensively today, you look at the result and probably say, yeah, but we were better defensively as a team today than we were last week, and that's a stepping stone.
Obviously Dan Cockline set a goal today. What did you thought of that goal?
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. It was a great goal. We've had some good chances. At 1-0 we had a chance from a corner, a knockdown that I think it was Cayman or Kingsley could have scored and made it 2-0. Second half we've had a couple of chances of good corners going in. Scott Warner's header that hits their player on the line, the goal from Cockline. So we've done enough offensively to go and cause them problems, and obviously scored 2 goals away from home. We've got to try and stop conceding as many goals as we are. Having said that, there was there's an element of quality around their goals today, but we've got to be harder to score against. That's for sure.
And you put Kingsley in for his debut today. Yeah. What did you think?
I thought it was excellent. He was a little bit short of match sharpness because he hasn't been playing at Balpa. but has trained really well this week. Sharp, looked sharp. He took on board what was asked of him in terms of both wide players, him and Cayman, and we felt that was the best option for us in the wide areas to look after their fullbacks. And I thought, in terms of that, I thought both him and Cayman were excellent. They put a right shift in, and 70 minutes he blew up a little bit Kingsley, so we got Jono on. I look at all of them today, and they've all put a right shift in. We're really unfortunate for me not to come away with a point.
Obviously, there were some players missing today. Do you have an update on those players?
Who
Joe Clough.
Joe Clough's still injured. Yeah, still injured. We made one change to the side. We brought Kingsley in, and Joe Thomas has gone to get a couple of games just to make sure he's fully fit and ready for action. He's done all his bits to get back fit, but I need to know that he gets 90 minutes under his belt on a dual reg, and he'll be back involved. But Cuffy injured, and again we've left Mason out, and he's gone and got 90 minutes as well at Stone. So lads that are out the side are getting minutes and when called upon.
And obviously return to Marston Road on Saturday. You're looking forward to a home game?
Yeah. Been on the road, it's tough, isn't it? And you come into places like this and you have to dig in, and we have done in the main. I'm disappointed for the team today because I put a right shift in. We're taking a few punches at the minute, and we've got to stick together as a club, as a squad of players, stick together as a club. Like I say, we've got a couple of home games coming up now, and games that we want to try and get points on the board with now. Hopefully the fans come out and support us in their numbers the next couple of home games, and hopefully we see a performance from the players pretty similar to what we've seen today, and we can start winning a few games at home, putting some points on the board as quickly as we can.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you.
No worries, thank you.